What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Protocol Pegasus here, been back to you guys in Outriders, and today we'll be taking an all-new look at the Seismic Bloodshock build. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so moving in here to the armor set here, I'm using a light machine gun as my first one, which has Claymore Turret and Shadow Comet, and then for my secondary gun, I have Moaning Winds plus Fortress, which is used for an automatic shotgun, and then I'm using a standard purple revolver with scrap grenade on it plus clip roller. And then for my armor set, I'm using, on my headgear, I have double jump plus blood shock. I'm using the Seismic Commander set, which gives me the increased damage towards enemies with bleed by 50%. And then chest piece, I'm using Bloody Boost and Earth's Legacy. Then I have a Seismic Commander again on the legs with Tainted Blood and Extra Quake. And then I also have Captain Hunter and Ground Crush on my gloves. And then on the boots, I have Second Quake and Despair. This is a full Seismic Commander set. Now, on to skills. Skills I'm going to be using are going to be these as followed. I'm using Golem, I'm using Earthquake, and I'm using Gravity Leap. Now on to the class. I went full bottom tree for the class in this direction. You can go ahead and just pause the video and copy it as you see fit. And then I went one into middle tree just for 10% extra health. Alright, but enough about that. Let's go ahead and get into the action. Alright, so I am running Homestead on tier 15, so I'm going to go over some rotations, some pros, and the overall thoughts I have when picking the set items that I did when it comes to this build. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So when it comes to this build, at the end of the day, it is a anomaly-based build that happens to focus heavily on AoE output damage, as well as maximizing your overall survivability by proccing continuous bleeds on your set target. So what that means is that every time you use an Earthquake, you proc bleed into about 3 to 5 enemies, and every time they happen to be bleeding, you are getting the healing back from when they are bleeding, which is really, really cool. And since you have 3 stacks of Earthquake, you can apply it to multiple groups or one given group to be able to maximize your overall damage output and just being able to maximize not only your damage but your survivability as well. So it ends up appearing out to be really, really nice because everything synergizes really, really well together. The overall rotation that I recommend when going into this build is, you're going to see it a few times here, is you're going to proc Golem, and then you're going to use your Gravity Leap, and then you're going to use your shotgun to fire a few shots off to proc your Fortress mod, which is going to increase your defense, and then it's also going to increase your overall damage. Golem, when you end up proccing it, is going to increase your overall anomaly output damage and your survivability. And when you end up using your Gravity Leap, it's also going to apply more anomaly damage to anyone that's hit with Gravity Leap. Then, afterwards, you're going to apply Earthquake. Once you apply Earthquake, you're going to spam it. You're going to apply 1 to 2 to 3 stacks. Then it's going to go on cooldown. Once it's on cooldown, your target should still be alive, but they should be pretty low, either half or a little bit lower. Then what you're going to do is you're going to reload your shotgun. Once you reload the shotgun, it's going to proc Moaning Winds. Once it procs Moaning Winds, you're going to swap your weapon back to light machine gun. Once you swap it back to the light machine gun, you're going to continually fire on your target. And then from there, that should be the bread and butter of your overall rotation to maximize your full damage output. Now keep in mind, you don't have to do this rotation if you don't want to. You can play the build however you like at the end of the day, but if you want to capitalize on being able to min-max your overall damage when it comes against elites, bosses, or overall groups of enemies, that is how you want to do the rotation. Now, when you end up running out of ammo on your shotgun and on your light machine gun, you do not want to reload any of them. You want to swap to your pistol, and then you want to fire 3 shots off in the pistol. Once you fire 3 shots off in the pistol, you want to roll. The reason being for this, because you have Clip Roller. If you did not know already, Clip Roller will instantly reload all of your weapons. Once it instantly reloads all your weapons, you'll be able to swap back to your shotgun and do the rotation again. From there, you'll overall maximize your damage, your overall survivability, and you'll be able to clear out large groups of enemies within the matter of seconds. At the end of the day, this build is really, really efficient when it comes to clearing out multiple adds or waves of enemies. It also has pretty much the maximum amount of survivability I've seen thus far across any build I've come across when it comes to playing the overall Devastator. So it is really, really nice to be able to utilize it to farm up resources, to be able to use it to farm legendaries, to be able to use it to just farm up through tiers if you wanted to, or just help anyone else out on getting up to higher tiers. At the end of the day, it's a really, really good, fun, simple, basic build. You don't really have to worry about thinking too much on how you do things or how you go about approaching enemies, because honestly, your survivability is so high, it really doesn't matter. Keep in mind, however, when it comes to the rotation, if you are that person that waits on the full rotation to instantly maximize your damage with this particular build, you will find yourself in a lot of sticky situations. So if you do get into a sticky situation where you feel as though you're going to die, or you feel as though that you're taking a lot more damage than you should, just proc your Earthquake. Even though if your Golem's on cooldown, your Gravity Leap's on cooldown, just spam your Earthquake stats. It's fun. You're not going to be able to get the rotation off 100% of the time, and that's quite alright, because of the fact that you want to use your Earthquake to survive a lot of the times. So what do I mean by that is that because you're getting the healing off of the bleed stack, so you're applying on enemies, and your Earthquake's the only thing that you have that applies bleed, that's the only way for you to heal, other than you doing damage to your target. But other than that, if you want massive amounts of healing, especially when you're up against a boss and multiple adds, as you see in this clip, at the end of the day, you don't want to wait for the rotation, you just want to block Earthquake. And once you keep rocking Earthquake, you are good to go. But yeah, it's honestly, there's nothing to it at the end of the day. It's really fun, it's super simplistic, it's a really good time. I've used this actually to farm up a lot of my other characters, to be able to get them the gear they needed, as well as the overall resources, as well as to be able to get the rolls I needed on a few different like rare pieces and so on and so forth. And as you can see here within the course of the clip, you just have so much survivability that it's absolutely insane. I actually just don't even care about the ads mostly. I just focus on the boss until the ads just start pissing me off, and then I start fixing out rotation. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them down below in the comment section. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe. And I hope to see you guys real soon. Later.
They didn't make it. The survivors found a pod, but they got caught before they could open it.